I stopped off for a beer the other evening in a little old bar that was on my way home, and I sat down at a table, noticed a old man sitting at the bar. His head was a nodding and he weaved a bit, which indicated to me that he had had a little too much to drink. Well, I guess the bartender had noticed it too, and he was just doing his job when he asked the old man to leave. He said, "You've had enough, Pop. Better take it on home." And with sad eyes, the old man looked up and said, "Young fella, do you mean that I'm not welcome in here?" "Well, before I go, I'd like to tell you who I am. If you've got a minute, I'd like for you to know that I was a policeman for several years. Once served on the city council of this very town. And when our nation got into trouble, got involved into a war, I served there too. All of this took up only about 40 years of my life. Always keeping in mind my dedication to duty to you, the citizen," as he pointed his finger at me, then turning, pointing his finger straight at the nose of that bartender. He says, "Hell, I know I've had too much to drink, and I don't mean to be disturbing anybody in here, so I'll leave your place." The old man climbed down off the stool, picked up his cigarettes, pocketed his change, and I couldn't help but notice how he favored one leg, sort of leaned a bit to one side. He said, "Bartender, I was helping a few of my buddies over in France when that piece of shrapnel became part of my leg. But I got 'em out of trouble, and it wasn't long before they let me get back into things. Things like marching alongside the great General Sherman and his tank force, which, by the way, helped preserve the peace which you now enjoy. Why, I've even met face to face a giant of a man, that hell-raising General Patton. Can't say I liked him much, but he was one hell of a man. Things like, after the last time I was hit, they made me come home to get healed up, just so that I could meet in person my president. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt." Well, the old man ambled on to the door. He turned, he said, "Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So's that you won't forget just who I am, I got this here thing too." He opened up his coat so that we could see the shine of the object that he proudly wore attached to his shirt. Well, I could not believe my eyes. The bartender and I was looking at the highest award for bravery that honors the very few special men. This old man was wearing the Congressional Medal of Honor. He said, "I'm gone now, and I won't be back, and I'm damn sorry I'm not welcome in here." Well, I had to wipe my eyes, and it took a little while to realize just who that old man was. I never knew his name, but I know his face. His is the face of America. He's that warrior that we owe our independence to. He's the man that other nations fear. He's the hero we call upon when reason don't work no more, and we quickly call to fight when we need him. He is the muscle to the great heart of the United States of America. And he most probably is the last person we think of when our country is at peace, and the first one we remember when it's time to get tough. For 200 years we have depended upon the strength and bravery of men just like this old man. Least respected and most needed. Americans, let's, for God and our nation's sake, make this man welcome everywhere.